Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us this truth and rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Barakatham. It's the brother Kazah from the Men of our 12 West Coast, coming back at it again with another lesson. And the title of this of the lesson is going to be The Hour of Temptation, okay? And it's going to be dealing with, the article you see here, all right, that came out about a couple days ago, and I also noticed, brothers been going in on this as well, so I'm not going to say too much, you know what I'm saying, but it's all through the spirit, so I'm going to have to go, with the code words, so as not to get my channel taken down or striked, by the YouTube algorithm, because this is something that this devil, definitely doesn't want, the people to know, all right, this is a big device, a big agenda that they're moving forward with, okay, and they want everything to run smoothly because he knows that he has but a short time. All right, but anyways, let me get into it. It says the implanted charagma could be used to verify the C19 jab status. Okay, so you got to use the code words, but you got eyes to see. You see what I'm talking about. You see the title. All right, you see what I'm talking about. Okay. So it says in Stockholm, Sweden. Okay, so it says the MOTB technology invented by Swedish startup company Epicenter, it's spiritual, all right, is now being presented as a possible way to carry around a C19 a jab passport under a person's skin. Okay, so this is what this devil is signing off on. All right, and it's crazy because I believe sometime in the beginning of this year, okay, I did a lesson on this. This was on my channel. This was on my previous channel. All right. It's a very, similar topic, dealing with how they're going to use a charagma, for this for this scenario. All right. They took my previous channel down, which is not about me. But it's just, being, in his knowledge, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it makes me happy that, this thing is unfolding, before our eyes. All right. Because it shows that the Lord is ushering forward our salvation. Okay. Because even though, this devil is making his moves on the left hand side, guess what? The Lord is making his moves on the right hand side. All right. It's just a couple weeks ago, that it was documented, a fleet of chariots, all right, flying over my area that I live in, here in Southern California. So, hey, man, this devil, he could come in, as a flood. But guess what? Yahweh Shem Shai is going to lift up that standard against them. All right. So I'm going to continue on reading. All right. So I'm not going to read that. It says your jab record has been verified, says the caption of the video. Oh, okay, that's going into something else. All right, let's read more. All right, so it says, imagine showing your C19 passport with just a flash of your arm. And it's crazy how they word it like that, your passport, because they're going to get so tight, and this according to the scriptures as well. All right, well, hold on, let me save that. All right, we're going to go to Revelations chapter, I believe it's chapter 13, if I'm not mistaken, where it says he spake as a dragon. All right, so I'm going to go into it, the book of Revelations, chapter 11, verse 13. Okay, and the reason, I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right, now this is how bad, this is how draconian this devil is going to get. He's not going to let you go anywhere unless you took them jabs. All right. And in order to really verify that, he wants these people, with the charagma, all right, with the karax, with that stake. They want these people staked in. Okay. And maybe that could be the word for it, the short word for it, but he wants these people staked in, pinned in. All right. Because as of right now, all they have is a little, the for verification that people took the jab. All they have is a little card, it's a little something that is filled out by pen, and it tells you, has your information. It tells you which jabs you took, and I guess the doctor's signature signs off on it. It's something that's very easy, to be forged. And and out here I know a couple people that, do that, and do that, and then they, go and go into certain places, and, without taking a jab. You know what I'm saying? So this devil is really going to lock down on that, and he's going to enforce that. All right. But this charagma, all right, this karax, this stake, all right, as it is the definition of karax, which is the root word of charagma, for those who didn't know, all right, is basically, to further this devil's agenda, because ultimately, all right, he's going to what's the word? He's going to transfer, the society from a physical currency to a digital currency. Okay, so they're going to further and further this agenda, further this technology, which they already had the technology, but they're going to, with their media, further push this so that, people come to accept it. First of all, they're going to sheep the people into accepting it through fear. All right, through this new strain that came out. All right, this new C19, strain that came out, the Omicron. All right, and then that's going to be, the enforcing factor that's going to get these people to take, this charagma. All right, and then also too, when that dollar collapses, all right, they're going to use that digital currency. So these people won't be faced with a choice. All right, these Babylonians, will not be faced with a choice. And really, if Yahweh Hashem Yahushai isn't dealing with you, you know what I'm saying, which he's not dealing with them, all right, they're going to ultimately take it, man. All right, they're going to be destroyed. Okay, but us in his knowledge, little willing, we're of that number. He's going to look out for us. All right, so it reads, the video says it as its beginning, showing a person holding out their arm and scanning it with a mobile phone. All right, so that's the technology that we're going into. You could actually pay a bill, with your phone nowadays. Apple Pay. You hold your phone near the device scanner, and it pays. So that's all that is basically conducive to the MOTB. All right, so it says the video explains the stake uses pre-existing technology the startup company was already developing to employ NFC and send data to any compatible device. Smartphones are listed as an example of possible data receiver. You see? So they're going to hook that into you, man. All right? They're going to hook that into you, and they could really update that in many ways. Okay, to what's the word? To basically, to the finances. All right, they could hook that up not just for your records, all right, your jab records, but for your finances too. Okay, and that's going to be the main, thing that that's going to be applied for. All right, that's going to be the main agenda. All right, but it's all going to come in due time and its due steps, according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, so it says the implants are a very versatile technology that can be used for many different things, says Epicenter's chief disruption officer, Hannes, and I'm not going to pronounce that name. That's one of those names, So it says right now it is very convenient to have a C19 passport always accessible on your implant. All right, so, hey, man, you're locking it down. All right, and it says a stake about the size of a grain of rice. And listen, man, we've been bringing this out for years, man. Okay, we've been bringing this out for years. This is why, I rejoice when these things come out. All right, and I rejoice because this means that our salvation is near. Okay, because even though this devil is making his moves, guess what? The Lord is going to deliver us from it all the same. The Lord is about to show his work, his strange work. All right. It says, I almost messed up right there. All right, so it says a charagma about the size of a grain of rice can be embedded under a person's skin, either under the arm or between the pointer, the finger, and thumb. We've been bringing this out, man. According to said person, during his appearance on a Tech 25 webinar, after the after the stake is implanted, data such as jab passport can be stored on it using NFC compatible devices. So see, these devils are using this, okay, to they're starting it with that, with the jab, passport, to put your records in there. But this really, what I'm saying, is gonna transcend into many different branches other than the medical thing. This is gonna go into finances. All right, it's gonna be used as GPS. You're gonna be tracked through it. Okay, but it says data such as jab passport. So that basically, with that wording right there, it tells you that it's not just gonna be used for jab regulations. All right, to see your jab record, it's gonna have so many things that what's it called? So many things that's going to be applied to it. All right. And it's going to further expound on it right here. It says Tech 25. It's like a Tech 2025 says the point of such stakes is to replace the need to carry around key fobs, identification cards, and business cards. All right. And they should also add credit cards in there, because it's gonna play a role in the payments. All right. According to prophecy. But look how it says key fobs. So they basically saying you could turn your car on with this thing. ID cards. All right, so they're gonna know who you are. They could track you through that. All right, business cards. They're gonna know what you do for a living. Okay, this is ultimately going into this devil's transhumanist agenda. Where he wants to turn the organism into a software. And it's not to sound deep. But if you look into, the movies, the games, certain video games, that they're coming out with, that's the direction that they want, people and just basically men to go into, man. That's the direction that they want the human race. But I don't want to even say it like that. That sounds, what I'm saying. But that's the direction that they want, people to the world. There we go. That's a better way to put it. Because human race, sounds too inclusive, like we all one. Like, no, the Lord is only dealing with Israel, man. All right, but this devil wants the world, to go to that direction. Okay, so it says people would be able to store data such as passports or airports, and medical records on their stakes. Oh, let me pause that. Let's not play that, because the wrong word comes out, what happens to the channel. Okay, so it says the procedure can be done for as little as $100 and is reportedly completely reversible, which that's another thing, man. You know what I'm saying? This devil's gonna set everything up to where you're not gonna want to take it out. All right, because if you do, guess what? It's going to what's the word? It's going to man, I forgot, lost my train of thought. But it's going to render you completely useless to society. And that's why it's the hour of temptation, because we're not taking this. Okay? We're not taking the jabs. We're not taking this. We're not bowing down to the beast. We're not worshiping the beast. All right? We're going to stand on our 10 toes and rely on Yahweh Shemi Hawashai to deliver us and provide for us in these days, man. And he will provide for us. He provided for us in the wilderness when he fed our people the manna. All right, he provided us with everything we needed, the clothes. He had our clothes last 40 years. So you mean to tell me in these times, since this devil's being speaking as a dragon, he's not going to provide for us now? Come on now. All right, so I'm going to continue on going. All right, let me just skim through this, because I don't want to, So it says it has been predicted by tech and business leaders. Oh, there it is. Business leaders, man. That's the finances. That up to half of Americans will be will take the charagma by the year 2025. You see? So this is something that's been in the works, and they're barely introducing it, to the public. Now they have to be crafty on how they introduce it. Okay, because if they just come out the blue like, hey, we're just gonna, stake everybody, people are gonna reject that. Well, no, I don't want to put nothing into my hand. But if they create a problem, a crisis, all right, and they use that to slither in, all right, with this whole C-19, people are gonna, oh yeah, that does make sense, and they're gonna use that to slither in, and then through that they're gonna, open up on more things. Oh well, it doesn't just do this, it doesn't just check if you took the jab or not. All right, but it also you could also use it as a credit card, a key fob identification. You could go to a club, they'll scan your thing, and you could go in. You don't have to carry your wallet around no more. You don't have to risk losing your ID card no more. They're gonna really push that agenda. All right, and they're gonna use these celebrities. They're gonna use the full power of their media to push that. Okay, and hence the hour of temptation, man. All right, because a lot of Jakes is gonna take it. Okay, but us in his knowledge, hell no. All right, so it reads, but Tech 2025 admits there is pushback on implants from lawmakers, advocacy groups, and the public, which likely makes such a prediction more of a dream than reality. You see, and that's what, what I'm saying, what I was referring to. If they come out, all willy-nilly, openly, the people's going to reject it. All right, but if they slither it in, use this C-19 crisis, the C-19 situation through that Hegelian dialect, this order ab chaos, that's how they're going to do it. All right, so it says, let me just continue on. This basically says what the, actually, let me say this. All right, so I'm going to read this, basically what this person said. I wouldn't be surprised if within 10 years, 50% of Americans have some type of, stake, because at the end of the day, a state can reduce the size of your wallet. See, there it is. There it is, man. It's all through the spirit. See, it's all through. That's how they're gonna sell it, man. It can reduce the size. I just finished. I didn't even read that. I didn't even know that was there. But it's all through the spirit. All right, whatever you carry in your purse, by about 30 or 40%. All right, said transhumanist political party. Oh, you see, and these are the people that's mainly pushing that. All right, these are the people that's mainly pushing that, and all this is basically, all this was talked about. You could read about this in Isaiah chapter 14. All right, I'm gonna get to it real quick. I'm gonna dismiss. Let's go Isaiah 14, and let's go. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 13. Okay, so it reads, the book of Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13, and it reads, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven." All right, and this is talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, and mainly this is talking about the ones in the high upper echelons. All right, the top ruling class. All right, these different banking families, Rothschilds. All right, and whoever's on that level as well. All right, so it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High." You see, I will sit also upon the mount of congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And this is what this devil is that's his mentality. Okay, those are his dreams and aspirations as far as what he wants to do, with the world. He wants to replace, and basically take it from our creator. All right, and you could see that, what he's doing, turning the organism, or the creation, into a machine. Whenever, you know what I'm saying? He probably wants to, download the human mind and put it on a robot if he could, man. Just to have that one up in his rebellion against our Heavenly Father. All right. But all these are just his pipe dreams, because this devil's going to be destroyed. All right. As it says, you know what I'm saying? In the following verse, it says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Okay. So that's what's going to happen, man. He could have his goals. He could have his aspirations through his technology and everything. All these agendas, right? But either way, it's going to fail before it even gets moving. This devil, now the Lord is, going to give this devil, that little taste of victory, but right then and there, he's going to take it all away from him, man. He's going to do him real cold. All right, so it says Hannes reportedly organized transplant parties for his employees starting in 2014, where they would gather, let me read this again, where they would gather in a fun social setting to get stakes embedded into themselves. Okay, so this is something that's been in the works. All right, now let me just skim through this. All right, we're gonna go right here. You see, and this is where, it started. This article, it started with the C19, all right, emphasis, and now it's going to a different emphasis. All right, let me see right here. All right, so I'm gonna read the previous I'm gonna read the previous paragraph, but what I meant to say is, the article started with the C19 emphasis, all right, and now it's going into a financial emphasis. Okay, so it says in August 2017, a Wisconsin-based tech company named the 3 Square Market became the first in America to offer free steaks to its employees. Those stakes gave employees access to locked rooms and the ability to buy food and drinks in the break room. You see? Prophecies manifesting. And it's not picking and choosing, straws, because, this one company that look, man, this is going to happen everywhere. Okay? This is going to happen everywhere. All right? They're just barely, trying out trying out the technology, here and there, but they're going to apply this everywhere. All right. And that's what gives, this devil, the so-called white man, that's why the Bible, refers to him as a snake, a great serpent, because a serpent blends in. A serpent slithers, a serpent creeps and doesn't, walk, but it slithers and, sneaks up on its prey, and it gets them. All right. You got to see how a snake hunts, You got to see how a snake hunts. All right. Let me see. So it says, we see stake technology as the next evolution in payment systems. Much like micro markets have steadily replaced vending machines. As a leader in in stake market technology, it is important that 32M continue leading the way with advancements such as stake implants. Okay, so hey, see, that's the CEO, and listen, man, that's what this dude says Todd Westby, the CEO of this 3 Square Market. All right, so this is the guy who heads the market that says this. Now, this dude's a CEO, and these people are all in a fraternity. Okay, these people are all in the same, what they say, birds of a feather flock together, man. All right, so this dude's a high-level Edomite that does this. Okay, so this is definitely something that they're doing as an agenda. They pick them and they like, hey, man, here, try out this technology, because we're going to, test it out and we're going to ultimately, what's the word? We're going to, put it out for the population. He went and did it. All right, so that's what it is, man. Okay, so this is what's coming to, the whole world, really. All right, but this definitely was coming to Babylon. Okay, and this is all prophecy. All right, so let's go to the book of Revelations chapter 13 and verse 16. All right. And yeah, read this a million times, and we're going to read it a million times or more. All right. So it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay. And this is going into that stake, that charagma. All right. And another thing too, to get, into the word as why I'm calling it stake through the spirit. All right. It's right there. All right. So like, let me bring this up again. All right. So you have the root word, sorry, not the root word, but the transliteration, in the Greek that they use for mark is charagma. All right. So you have that word, which is a stamp, an imprinted mark. Right. And then you have the root word of it, which is pronounced karax. The first definition is a pale or stake, a palisade. All right. So that's something that pierces. Okay. Because a stake pierces. All right. And that's and that, you know what I'm saying? That what they're coming out with, it pierces too. All right. And the reason why I'm bringing this out is to completely debunk and tear down that stronghold, that BS, that these other camps saying that, the MOTB is not, what is, brought out. All right. And it's saying that it's Christianity or marrying the white woman or this and that or an embargo. Okay. To completely tear that down and show and prove, which is what the elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down been doing. All right. That it is in fact something physical. All right. It is in fact something that they're going to do to a person physically rather than, what's the word? Not physical. All right. Just trying to think of a word for that, but it is what it is, man. Brothers understand. All right. Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay. So that's ultimately what is leading up to. No man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. They're using this as a passport, meaning if you don't take it, you're not going to be allowed in this store. You're not going to be allowed in this restaurant. All right. And ultimately, they're going to do it to where, hey, you won't even be able to buy from it, man. So, hey, it's going to affect millions, man. All right. So we're going to go to the book of Psalms chapter 91. Well, first of all, yeah, Con, you know what? We're going to go to the book of Psalms 91 just to, lay down that foundation. Okay, it's the book of Psalms 91. All right, and this is a very good chapter, to read, considering how the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is gonna deliver us from this time. Okay, so I'm going to read this, I'm going to go straight to the point. Verse 3, and it says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. All right, now this is talking about, this devil, man. All right, because you have the snare, which is the trap, and you have the fowler, which is the person who set the trap in place. And that is what's going on in the grand scheme of things. Okay, you have the snare, which is these agendas pushing people to take that stake. All right, pushing people, and it's not even just that. It's really, to bow down to the beast, bow down and be in obeisance, to partake in the wickedness of Babylon. All right, all these people are going to be caught like Adam and Eve were caught when the Lord came back to him and he saw that they were, that they were on that new fruit, those other philosophies, man. It's like the story playing over again, and they're going to get judged. All right, mainly our people, so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, are going to get judged, man. All right, and the heathens are going to get judged by default. So it says, and from the noisome pestilence, all right, just talking about the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, okay? Because according to Revelations chapter 14, all right, we're gonna the ones that that take, you know, the stake and bow down to the you know, to the image of the beast, basically being obedience, which through that you're gonna take the stake, you're gonna take the jabs. All right, guess what, man? Hey, that's gonna be the judgment. ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man, gonna be destroyed. All right, but Lord willing, us, you know, we're of that number. All right, we're gonna be delivered from the hour of temptation. All right, we're gonna not take any of these things. All right, and we're gonna be delivered when them ICBM missiles drop. All right, them chariots is gonna come and they're gonna deliver us from that. Okay, that's our salvation. That's why when we see these news, all right, when we see all hell breaking loose, we rejoice because we know that that is this kingdom coming down, and that is our kingdom, all right, coming in. Okay, so let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter, I believe it's chapter 3, all right, verse 10. And it reads, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. You see? So that's what's going to happen. All right? That is what's going to happen. Because we have kept the word of my patience, all right, the Lord's patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. You see? I'm going to read it again. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right, which is being in this truth, being in this knowledge, this walk, doing the work. All right, guess what? The Lord will also keep us, Lord willing, we're of that number, from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell there upon the earth. Okay, and these people are being tried, man. All right, we got family members that them took the jab against our counsel, against our advice. You know, lost faith. You know, and so they went and they took the jab. Here it is. The scripture says that, you know, the plagues will not come upon us. All right, which that C-19 is just another plague, and it's not outside of the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, and that's you know, that's something that we believe, and that's something that we done told, you know, family members and people, you know, that are near us, if you will. All right, but guess what? They still went and did it. So, hey, man, it is what it is. All right, verse 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast that which thou hast. This truth, that no man may take thy crown. You see, because all these people, you know, that take these things, they're going to be destroyed. Okay? And you can't let the incredulity of them trouble you. All right? You can't let them influence you into taking the jab and the karaks, the stake. Because if you do that's your ass, man. All right? Your crown is taken. Okay? But hey, you know, we almost home, Akim. We're almost home. We could see that finish line. All right, so with this, I'm gonna close it out with the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, verse 11. You know, I know I said I was gonna keep it short, if I'm not mistaken, but hey, man, it's all through the Spirit, man. You know, the man's going is by the Lord. You know, so it says, the book of Isaiah, verse 55, verse 11, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Okay, and that word is these scriptures. And this is mainly specifically talking about prophecy. Everything that is prophesied, everything that was written before our time, all right, that's going to happen in future tense is playing out right now if it hasn't already happened. Okay, so it says, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent to see. There is not one prophecy in these scriptures that's just gonna, be set there for naught. That's just gonna be thrown out there, and it's gonna, just fizzle out and not happen. It's gonna hit the ground. No, everything is gonna happen. Prophecy will not be upset, even though this devil wants to do that in many ways, many different agendas that he has set up, to try to lead our people astray, and hopefully, the elect get led astray too. No, the Lord is pulling the elect out of the world, man. All right, through these through our works, all right, through the prophets, through His Spirit. Okay, so it says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. All right, that's another thing too. It was prophesied in Deuteronomy 28:15 on down how we were going to go down. All right, in many scriptures. Yeah, but that's just one. Many other scriptures too. How we were going to be destroyed. The falling away. How we're going to lose our identity. But guess what? It's also prophesied how we're going to be delivered, how we're going to be redeemed. Lamentations 4 and the latter verses. The last verse. And that's what's playing out. All right. And this devil, hey, he's gonna get taken down. He's not gonna accept it, but it is what it is. It's not meant for him to accept it. Let his pride build up, because when the pride comes, before destruction. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say, call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahawashi Ba'ashim Rakha HaKodash for giving us the spirit to do. Forgive me the spirit to do this lesson. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the Akim. See what time that we're in. Okay, and hey, salvation is near, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom on to the next.